Welcome to Kathy's Hobby Corner.
Hey guys, alright, so we finished fooling with the blackberries. I'm going to give y'all a quick tour of what we have going on still here in the garden. I'll start up on the deck because that's where we've been putting a lot of our plants into buckets to get them transplanted out to the garden. So let's check it out. Alright, so we have, oh, let me show you all first. Y'all remember the sweet potato slips that we left outdoors? It's coming along. It's not as big as what I would like for it to be, but that's a weed that I'm pulling out of there. But as you can see, we are getting slips. They're not growing as fast, and it may be because these sweet potatoes were the babies that we used from last year, but still this method does work. If you want to just sit them outside and let your slips grow off of here, all you have to do is pull it off and either put it in some water or put it straight into the ground. So this was that second method we were using. All right, we've still got 2 pots of turnip greens on the deck that we've been transplanting out into the garden. We've got to get these okras put into the ground. I'm starting to see they're getting a few little holes in them, so we want to get them out. These are some extra corn that we had. This is our russet potato bag, and as y'all can see, we need to add some more soil, top it off, because there was one down here, but it's way down. But these are going to town, so we don't want to lose that. So we want to lift this up to its 5-pound bag size, and we're going to add some more soil in here and get it filled up to the top, and then we'll of course, as we always do, let you guys know. In our buckets up here, we still have a few broccolis. We've taken some of the broccolis out and we've transplanted them throughout the garden, and we still have a few that we need to transplant into some other areas. Guys, I'm running out of space. We need to transplant them into some other areas. Here is our cabbage. We've taken several cabbages out of here, and these are the few that we have left. Got a little bug damage. I need to spray again. We're using a combination of neem oil and diatomaceous earth and a little TB, Thuringiensis, I think is what it's called, but TB, just a little splash of TB in our gallon mixture that we're spraying these with. Over here, y'all know I harvested our spinach, but I did allow it to start going to seed so we can get some more spinach seeds. So that's what you're witnessing here. It's going to flower, and then once it flowers, we should be able to get some of the seeds off of it, seed pods. But I'll take y'all through the process so y'all can see how spinach seeds are shared. Okay, let's go over here. We put this garden box over here, and I decided to put some turnip greens on the deck here in a box. I wanted to see how successful this would be. Man, I tell you, weeds will find a way. But as you can see, as long as you put that little turnip down in the ground, it will begin to grow. These leaves usually get about 2 feet in length on these turnip greens, and we've been having really nice white bulbs, some reddish burgundy bulbs with the rest. So they're doing really well. All right, and there's my sprayer, guys. I have a mixture of neem oil, TB, and diatomaceous earth sprayed in there. That's what you see, some of the white powdery looking on the leaves. Of course, y'all know when we harvest them, we're going to soak those leaves, make sure we wash them off good. Okay, y'all, I tell y'all, these rabbits are having a good time this year. Look at him. Y'all see him? Anyway, inside the cage, all right, we've got broccoli. Now, guys, don't forget now, I'm not messing with my broccoli leaves just yet because I want them to get that crown going in the middle. so that we can get our broccoli crown out the way, and then we can start eating the shoots. But you can eat broccoli leaves, guys. They're just like collard greens. I don't see any broccoli crowns coming on these yet, but they are doing good in here. All right, these are all broccoli. Over here we planted some corn, and it's kind of close. They said the closest you should plant corn is 7 to 9 inches apart. Mine are relatively 7 to 9, maybe 5 to 9 inches apart over here. We have our squash, and it is going up to the ceiling. What I hope to do is eventually feed it through the top and let the squash grow on top of the cage. I think it'll provide a little coverage for the sun for the broccoli. But as you can see, we've got squash coming. Look at there at the bottom of the flowers. And I like to do vertical gardening with my squash because it's just easier for me to check the stem to see if I see anything. It's also easier for me to spray the stem to see if I see anything growing on it. And we're just, like I said, letting these go up, and we're going to run them across the roof here if they grow that far. But they seem to be doing good. This is spaghetti squash, guys. This is spaghetti squash. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plants in here. So I think we'll get enough squash that we'll be able to learn how to take care of it and store it. I'll be doing some research so I can make sure that we're doing that. And I've heard that spaghetti squash can be used as a substitute for pasta. So that was the main reason why I decided to grow some this year. All right, let's close up our cage. Moving right along. Oh, as y'all can tell, we've been eating this romaine lettuce. It's starting to get out of season. It's cooling down. The leaves are getting smaller. But we've been coming out here picking it. We still have a little bit of bok choy, but the leaves at this point are kind of out of season. They're getting a little tougher. And we planted a few broccolis over here inside this pot. And we planted some broccoli in this pot as well. That's just a stray corn. There is our currant bush. It doesn't have any berries on it this year, but I don't know. If it gets some flowers, we may get some berries. Over here, we have our fig tree. Y'all remember we put it in the ground? I showed y'all earlier in the season, we did a big pruning of it, of the old branches. And I am really hopeful that we will get some figs this year. So, just waiting to see. All right, turnip greens. This is our turnip green carrot box. And y'all know we've been slowly transplanting in more turnip greens as we harvest carrots. We harvested, I think, about 8 carrots yesterday. And just as we pull them out, we add more turnip greens. Matter of fact, I see some turnip greens I probably need to harvest. We've got some bug damage, but the other ones look good. I think we got to these before the bugs did, so I need to come out here and harvest some of these long turnips off of here. Yep, all of these need to be harvested. It's really nice, and we don't want a lot of bug damage at all. We don't want any bug damage at all if we can help it. So I'll come back out and do those. Over here is our sweet potato bin. We put our sweet potato slips in here. This soil is a mixture of just Missouri soil, but mainly mulch and sand. We wanted to keep it as light as possible so that whatever potatoes grow, they'll be able to spread out nicely within this box. So hopefully we'll get a nice harvest. In our green bin, and as y'all can see, more blackberries have spread out from when we had Mama Blackberry along here. She was originally down there, and you see some of her got in the ground, but now Up here where she was, we've got blackberries coming from the ground now too, but it's fine because they'll be able to grab onto our trellis here and keep it moving. In this bin, we planted a few more collard greens, a few more turnip greens, and carrots. We originally had carrots in here, but since I'm not seeing a lot of carrots growing, we decided to throw some turnip greens in here to utilize some of the space. These are our two sugar baby watermelon plants, and as you can see, they're starting to spread out. We put some up on the wire because I think it'll be strong enough to hold them, and we've got some that I think we're going to let come out here on the ground, and we'll put some sort of protection around it. This is our kiwi berry vine. Again, it usually takes about 3 years before this berry vine will actually give us the little round kiwi berries that taste like kiwi. So a lot of times when you're doing gardening, it does take time to get to where you can actually enjoy the fruits of your labor. Again, more blackberries coming up. All right, so y'all know I think something's been digging in here. I think these birds come looking for worms. We moved the blueberries, the two blueberries over here, the ones that did not fruit, because the ones that did not fruit, these two. This is a baby. This one I bought about the same time. I think this one is the Sunshine. The other one is the Biloxi, and the Biloxi is still over there in the box because it's got berries on it this year. But this Sunshine doesn't have berries on it, so I moved it over here just to give it a little bit more leg room because those strawberries are all over the place. But I also threw a couple of turnips in here. I showed you all the blackberries, so we're not gonna go through the blackberries with you all. All right, we've got our black eyed peas, or aka cow peas. We have some on the other side, the left hand side, and some over here on the right hand side. And you can see those cow peas are starting to come up. They basically look like green bean plants, just a little thicker in the leaf consistency. We planted some corn along here. We hope that the corn will give some shade to our collard greens back there. As well as our cabbage, our lettuce, cabbages. Hopefully, like I said, when this corn gets up, it'll provide some shade coverage. More collard greens are coming in. We are still having to do de-weeding, but not as bad with the tarp that we put down. We put corn intermittent between the aisles. You can see those corn stalks starting to come in. All right. And like I said, these are all collard green, and corn mixed in. We put a broccoli down here with this cabbage. I believe that one is a broccoli as well. These were, y'all remember when I had that row of cold weather plants that I bought out here? And they had the little black little thing behind them. Well, voila, they've grown up, and so they are taking in this space here. We transplanted 3 cabbages out here. They seem to be doing okay. More collard greens here. That's a type of baby Jim lettuce, I believe. It's different from the romaine, but it's a little Jim lettuce. All right, so we planted some corn along here. I see one of the stalks coming up. I have to check on that other stalk. But we planted some corn along here. Could have sworn we planted one more. There's something came and ate it. And we planted a corn under this collard green. I see this leaf is on top of it. May have killed our corn. And we put some cabbage down here as well. Transferred in a couple of cabbages down here. We also put in, these are still more collards, guys, some broccoli. We put some broccoli. We added some flowers to bring some of the pollinators to the yard. These are actually flowers that hummingbirds like, because we do have a family of hummingbirds and they like to eat on our raspberries. Okay, as y'all can see, we've got bell peppers. We've got bell peppers down there coming in. Look at there. We've got bell peppers coming in on this one. And I harvested a couple of bell peppers off of that one. But you see, it's got plenty of flowers coming in. We've got bell peppers here and here. And like I said, we harvested 2 bell peppers off of this plant, but there are plenty of flowers coming in. We transplanted those 2 bell peppers out here, I guess, last week. And we got more corn down here as well. In this space, we also have okra. So we've got okra. We've got some bug damage there, but we've got okra coming in down here. Just got to make sure we continue to de-weed. And we put some broccoli down here as well. I love these big onions. Y'all remember I planted these year before last and they keep coming back. I had one up there, but I think it came out the ground. But I'm enjoying these big onions. I got to plant some more around the garden. All right, so we're getting this area prepped for more okra. So we're going to be coming down here working and getting more okra down here. Down at the tomato cage, or the green bean cage, we've got one big tomato coming in on there. Look at that. Y'all know I was so sick of cherry tomatoes last year, I couldn't even see straight. But all we did was put them in the freezer, and every time we do soups, we pull them out. We pull them out, throw them in our soups for thickening and just for flavor. This is the secondary tomato plant that we have, and it's got flowers coming on it. Y'all remember seeing me doing a tomato transplant? This is the tomato transplant, and as you all can tell, it took. Let me go around and give y'all a better view. And yes, more blackberry. So this tomato was the transplant that we did. And as y'all can see, it seems to be a bushy variety because it's got flowers coming all over the place, and it did survive the transplant. It has really thrived since we bought it down here. On this side, we have our green beans. We are doing, I think it's the Kentucky, what do you call it? Spineless green beans. Okay, am I saying that right? Stringless. I think these are Kentucky stringless. So we've got our green beans in. We've had some problems with the rabbits. They've been coming up here eating the leaves. Look here, you can see that the leaves on that one are being eaten. They ate several along here, but we will keep going. And I have some in a pot here. We also planted some here, and I see something has been nibbling on these as well. These over on the tomato side, and this one. So they're kind of picking and choosing which ones they want to munch on and which ones they decide to leave alone. But we put this little makeshift thing here to deter them, but I think they're just taking their time and hopping around and coming on in here to do what they do. But we're getting ready to remove the grass in this area. I think we're going to be putting or trying to plant some sunflowers. So we're making space for okra and sunflowers down in this area. All right, moving right along. We have our apple tree, guys. And this apple tree has a story to tell with the squirrels. I didn't put the coverage on the apples like I probably should have. So we'll see what we get. I'm just looking at it. We get what we get. And maybe next year it'll be full. Last year I got about 18 apples, and the squirrel stole about 20 or more. So so we'll see. But for now, we're just waiting to see what's still on the tree when we get around to harvest time. That's a nice one. All right, this is a Red Delicious apple tree. Y'all remember the battle we were having? I think it's called deformation fungus on our peach tree. It was giving us leaf curl, and unfortunately we did do treatments. We did lose a lot of leaves off the tree, but we still retained some peaches. So I'm not too disappointed. I'm just glad we didn't lose everything. Every day we were coming out here, we were seeing a few peaches on the ground, but I have not seen any more peaches on the ground. So I want to believe that we saved them, and the ones that are up tops of the tree, the peaches, are doing well, and will be some that we will get to harvest when they are ready. So I'm excited. This is the first time I've had a peach tree. This peach tree is, I want to say 2 to 3 years old. I think it's 2 years old. It may be 3, but I was really surprised that it gave us peaches. So nothing really we could do. I know next year to start treating this with the copper fungicide if we have a lot of rain, because that's what causes the leaf curl when we have a lot of rain. And of course I can't grow it inside, so we just have to deal with what we can deal with. So for now it's doing okay. We have our this is a Belle of Georgia peach tree, by the way. Belle of Georgia. We have a Santa Rosa plum tree right here, and she was damaged during the tornado. Our windmill fell over on her, cracked her in half. But I watched a lot of videos that talked about pulling it back together, and that it may be able to self-repair by growing the, I don't know what you call it, the inner threads growing themselves back together. So we had to put a support in here, and we had to pull it together as tight as possible where the crack was, and hopefully it looks like it was able to repair itself, because we definitely had more leaves and vines and everything, leaves and everything on this bush. So we're pleased. All right, again, like I said, we put some flowers out here. I got to do some research. We just got those. We got hummingbirds out here, and I want to make sure that we are giving these what they need so they don't die on these plants. But I'm going to research them and then see if I need to put more pots and spread them out to give the roots some more room. And y'all know how we do. I told y'all we put a bigger spigot out here. The one we had before, the birds kept landing on it and causing it to stop working. So it was a 40 watt. This is 100 watt. We definitely can tell the difference. So Mr. K enjoys the water sounds, and I do too. All right, we did a little maintenance down here in the onion and garlic bin. We wanted to tie up our garlic and tie up our onions so that we can come out here and harvest a little easier. It also gave us some room so that we could plant some turnip greens down here. As y'all can see, I love turnip greens, so that's why everywhere you look, there's turnip greens. Now these are laying down on the ground because we just transplanted them yesterday, and if you know, it takes a minute for them to spring back, just like the ones on the deck did. They will spring back, and we'll get us some turnips growing down here. Our potato bin is doing good. We had some space down here, so we put this down here at the end. We have our red New Orleans in this section. We have our blue Adirondacks in this section. They look purple, and as you can see, the flowers coming back in. And over here in these areas, we have gold Yukon potatoes. So we're excited. We had a really good harvest last year in this bin, and so I wanted to do it again over here. So we'll see how it goes. We have been having some groundhog damage and some mold damage. Voles, not moles, voles. V as in Victor, voles damage. And I'm just hoping they're not stealing our potatoes from underground. So we'll know when we know. Oh, another neat thing I did. I deliberately planted some broccoli here, up there. I see that broccoli up there. And along here, I planted some more turnip greens and collard greens along here. Y'all know we have some that come back every year anyway, but I just wanted to add to the mayhem. Y'all see this. This is a collard green that came from last year. It blooms, and I let it go to flower so that it brings the pollinators to the garden. But you can also, if you let these pods grow and turn brown, you can get you some more collard green seeds. So that's an easy way not to have to keep going to the store. Okay, our strawberry bin. Y'all know we cleared out this side, and as y'all can see, we transplanted a few, and some of them came back. You know, we were doing a harvest the first of this month, June, and now the berries have slacked off a little bit, but we're starting to see flowers starting to come back in again, and this is at the end of, pretty much at the end of June. So hopefully we'll get us some more strawberries. I told y'all we left this blueberry over here, but what I hope to do, as soon as all these blueberries turn navy blue, see, there's a flower. That's a strawberry flower. So the strawberries are starting to come back in. There's another one right there. But as soon as these begin to turn blue, navy blue, we're gonna harvest these, and then we're gonna dig this up, and we're gonna put it in another location as well to give it some more leg room, because these strawberries are very invasive and they easily took over this entire bin. So that is what we are working on. I'm just glancing to see if I don't see any strawberries, but we still got a lot of weeds. I de-weeded in here the other day because it was a lot of, I can't think of the name of it, but I'll post it in here and let y'all know what it's called. But it's got these little pretty purple flowers that grow all over the plant, and it can just be all over your bin. So I cleared out a lot of it, but we are still working with this strawberry bin and waiting on these blueberries, guys. Last but not least, let's share something with y'all. Our raspberries. So y'all know we cut back on the old raspberry vines because they were brown this year and they weren't doing anything. So we cut them all back, and we have all this new growth. Well, surprisingly, we are going to have a few raspberries. So down here, you have to be careful. These are not like my thornless blackberries. These do have thorns. These raspberries are coming in. We've also got some raspberries coming in on the back side here. So, and there's one almost ready. Y'all see that one? It's almost ready. It will turn really red when it is ready. So we did get a few raspberries this part of the season, even though we cut back all those old vines that grew us raspberries last season. So we'll just keep babying these and checking on them. But pretty much, guys, that is it. We keep trying to expand the garden and what we're working on, And I appreciate y'all for hanging in and going on these garden tours with me, because I really enjoy what we do. I hope someday to be able to grow enough to provide and sell. But for now, we're just growing, and we go donate and give away, and just enjoy that aspect of it. So thanks for supporting the channel, Cat's Hobby Corner. Thanks for watching my journeys. And hopefully we can keep pushing for the views of our videos. All right. Thanks for watching.